gon' step on regardless. Get my coin and swipe that. Now the spirit to charge.
Two seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard again missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
And he passes to Looney. And Curry has it in the corner.
I'm a baller. Get my car. People start running when they see us from afar.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Last time they met in Milwaukee.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
And I really think they've got to...
Thunder are going to be a problem out there in the West.
And we recently caught up with power forward Jalen Williams. Take a look. Jalen, welcome to NBA 2K TV. Do you play NBA 2K25 a lot? Maybe often?
I do, for the most part. I know my friend group does. So throughout the house, there's a lot of controller throws and yelling and stuff like that.
You want to shout any players that you play with out? Like maybe a group that you run with? Anybody?
I'll shout out, can I shout out like a gamer tag?
Gamer tags.
Mr.
Anything.
Air Jordan 27. Yeah.
Okay, camera point over there.
Yeah. He's good if you want to run with him. Also, another notable good player, Jay Will on my...
26 seconds left in the first quarter. Lillard against MP. Over Allen. And it's Lillard again missing.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out
there. MP has been leading the charge for the Warriors. He's cashed in 9 times from beyond the arc this game. Who knows how many threes he'll wind up with? We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Warriors?
And, guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line.
Yo, I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference.
Buddy Hield is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Trace Jackson.
He's very good at 2K, so definitely show him some love.
What about your brother?
Oh, he's horrible. I would never shout him out.
Yeah, Cody's horrible at NBA 2K. That's
Cody's not good at 2K, yeah.
Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Trace Jackson Davis out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's MP. And it's Hield in at the 3 spot.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Look, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change.
But first-person shooter games, he's good, but 2K, that's not his thing.
Okay, and when you make your My Player, what's your build?
I try and do like I think it's like a 3-level, 3-way scorer, defender.
So it's the Warriors now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Milwaukee this season. They've got Kyle Anderson. He is out there with Moses Moody. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis, and it's Hield.
Too many times
I try and like make it myself, so I put like all the stuff that I think I'm good at on there, so it always gives me something different.
Which is?
Like it's usually something 3.
You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I'm way too busy to hate on a.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. Pat Connaughton is out there with Trent. And it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smacking the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Toronto got the job done. He had an impressive number of points, and he reached that total with some superb shooting from deep. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Connaughton, another shot, and another basket for Milwaukee.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
Moody is out there with MP. Then it's Buddy Hield. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. And it's Anderson in at the 4. That's the Warriors 5. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors had a huge game. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of 3. A legendary performance that will be talked about for years to come. Unless he's able to do it again tonight. Brian?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Well, Clark, playing time is so difficult to come by. So what's the best way to stay ready if you're on the end of the bench?
Yeah, that's a good question, B. I never experienced that as a starter in the short career that I had in the NBA. With all the travel, I think you just got to make a commitment to get in the extra work between the few practices that you have. So it's really being self-motivated as an individual to be professional and anticipate that you're going to be ready if your number's called.
Lillard with the ball, and it's Hield picking him up. Lillard can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Back to Hield. Here's MP.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. Pat Connaughton is out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Bassey in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed.
On the court right now for the Bucks. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Pat Connaughton is out there with Prince. And it's Bassey in at the 5, down low. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
So it's the Bucks now, Hield on the double team. And Clark, on average, free throw attempts are down a fair bit in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan perspective, I think you compare a field goal to a couple of free throws. It's obvious, though, which is more entertaining to watch. You want to see guys score the ball in live action.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. MP out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Buddy Hield. Then there's Kyle Anderson. And it's Jackson Davis.
You never forget your first.
Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, Brent?
Well, if you're an executive BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you want the wins.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Torian Prince is out there with Pat Connaughton. And it's Bassey in at the 5, roaming the paint. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors got the job done. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he made a lot of shrewd decisions with the ball, which led to a hefty assist total for him. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Now here's Lillard. 30 points in the game. Going in.
So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Moody. Anderson is out there with Hield. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Allen in at the point guard position. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Raptors was phenomenal. He scored an incredible number of points and made everyone around him better with his passing. A whole lot of assists. Those were ridiculous numbers he put up. See what he has in store for an encore. Can't wait to see. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in.
Lord forgive me. No.
On the court right now for the Bucks. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Prince is out there with Pat Connaughton. And it's Bassey in at the 5.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They concerted their will. And
no.